classes in Spanish, and now I wanna spend the next three, I think, class with you. We'll be here.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, cool. And Julieta, welcome to class. Julieta, how's it going?
Hi, it is going well, thanks.
Nice. And what did you do today, Julieta?
Studied.
Okay. And what have you been studying for?
It was about hospitals and
Okay.
that.
All right. Cool. And did you learn anything exciting about hospitals?
Yes, about evacuation system.
Evacuation.
Evacuation system in a psychiatric field. No.
Okay. You could say in like psychiatric wards or in psychiatric hospitals.
Psychiatric hospital. Yes.
Okay. That must be actually interesting. Yeah, I never would have imagined evacuation policies for psychiatric hospitals.
Yes,
which
because
must be
you cannot have normal evacuation system because people there are different.
for sure. Yeah, really interesting though. One of those cool things that I never would have thought about otherwise. Okay. And yeah, maybe Miguel, do you have any plans for tomorrow? What are you gonna do tomorrow?
Nothing special. Tomorrow morning I will go to the job, and in the afternoon I will do the same job today. I study English. Maybe I will go in the swimming pool. I don't know. Depends.
Okay. Nice. Remember, instead of saying I will go to the job, we'd say I'll go to work. You could also say my job. I'll go to my job. But it sounds a little bit better to say I'll just go to work, if that makes sense. And Sergio, what did you do over the weekend?
As always, I was playing with my friends soccer, and we spent some time talking to you about what happened during the games and drinking some beers.
Nice, that sounds enjoyable. Okay. And Julieta, what about you? What did you do over the weekend?
I went to the theater because there was a TED Talk.
Nice. What was the TED Talk about?
It was about difference and equity.
Okay. Differences in equality between the sexes, between between races, just everything, just differences in equality generally.
Yes.
Nice.
Everyone
That sounds
talk
like a cool
about
TED
it. Yeah.
Okay. And I imagine, was it recorded? Posted?
Yes. They say that they will post videos in the next days.
Cool. Yeah, it'd be an interesting one to watch. All right, and I think that might be all of us, so it's just the four of us. Let's get started with some reading. And let's start with Miguel. Can you read the title?
Today we will read a number of short stories.
And can you, what's this word?
Read.
Yeah, today we'll read. All right, and Jabo, welcome to class. How's it going?
I'm good. How's it going?
Doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
And Jabo, what did you do today?
Not much. It's Monday and the work has piled up. Yeah, because Saturday and Sunday no work, so all the work piled up on Monday. Yeah, so it was a long day. but fortunately it's finished, and I'm home. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're home. Those long days can be a little bit stressful, but yeah, hopefully you get to relax a little bit tonight. All right, let's look at some of these vocabulary words. And Sergio, can you read the words?
Yep. One second. Okay. In test section, condition, obstructing, contemplate, lived, dirty, jeopardize, clarity, opponent.
Good. Yeah, it does seem like they fixed that problem, Julieta. And nice job, Sergio. Some obviously really tough words. Some mostly just intonation, so intersection.
Now, okay. Intersection,
Yeah, intersection. And then contemplate.
contemplate,
Nice. Livid.
livid,
And then jeopardize.
jeopardize,
Mm-hmm. Clarity.
clarity,
Clarity. Clarity.
clarity.
Yeah. Try it a little bit more slowly.
Mhm.
Clarity. Clarity.
Clarity.
Good. Clarity. And this D sound too is kind of like DT. So that's a little bit tough, but good job. Opponent.
Opponent.
Yes, opponent. Perfect. And does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes, about the dorky.
Okay. And does anybody know what dorky means? Okay.
It's like
Sorry?
a nerd, kind
Yeah.
of nerd, no, bad connotation. I don't know.
And so we'd say nerdy, so we're using it to describe something. So someone who is kind of a nerd is dorky. But yeah, it's just kind of a goofy, unusual, silly thing. Yeah, obviously with a sense of nerdiness. Good. Any other questions?
Jeopardize.
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 Good. And does anybody know what it means to jeopardize something?
Is to be is a usually you take a risk, but in a it's like to be threatened.
It's like to, sorry?
Is a it's take a risk. You are in a
Yeah. So if you jeopardize something, you're putting it in danger, or put yourself in danger. Into danger. So he jeopardized his position as presidential advisor by I don't know, what would jeopardize somebody's position as a presidential advisor? Does anybody have any ideas?
Making a bad deal. No.
Good. Yeah, that'd work. By making a bad deal. Or like dealing with the enemy, maybe. Yeah, anything like that. So put into danger. Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. And yeah, so again, welcome to class. Does anybody have any other questions here?
Mm. Livid, is it a bruise?
It's often used to describe bruises, but no, it's
Mm.
not a bruise. She had a livid bruise on her arm. Livid. Who knows what livid means?
Can it be angry?
Yes, angry. So somebody who's livid is very angry. We'd be talking livid bruise. It's like reddish and very visible. It's like somebody's face when they get really angry. It's kind of reddish, very visible. So that's why we use that kind of color to describe the bruise. It comes. Was it liver? Your liver had something to do with your anger.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's angry. So, any other questions? Um, let's get started with the reading. And let's start with Jalabo. Can you read the first paragraph?
Yeah. About
And the
title.
title, actually, yeah.
Accident. Deaf eagers. You all get out of your cars. You are alone in yours. And there are 3 teenagers in theirs. An old camera in a new condition. The accident was your fault, and you walk over to tell them this.
Nice. Okay, let's look at accident.
Accident.
Close. Accident.
Accident.
Yeah, an accident.
An accident.
Good. And then Dave.
Deaf.
Dave.
Deaf.
Mm-hmm. Teenagers.
Teenagers.
Camaro.
Camaro.
Yeah, Camaro. And the other one was accident. And Julieta, can you read the next part?
Walking to their car, which you have ruined, it occurs to you that if the 3 teenagers are angry teenagers, this encounter could be very unpleasant. You pulled into an intersection, obstructing them, and their car hit yours. They have every right to be upset, or livid, or even violence contemplating.
Nice, you did a good job. Really good reading. You pulled into an intersection.
You pulled into an intersection.
Okay, good. And then obstructing. It's more like an obstructing.
Obstructing.
Nice. Good. Obstructing. And then violence. Violence.
Violence.
Close. We don't really pronounce that O. Violence.
Violence.
Violence. And then contemplating.
Contemplating.
Good. And then so together it'd be violence contemplating.
Violence contemplating.
Good. Nicely done. And then Ken, can you read the next part?
Okay. As you approach, you see that the driver's side door won't open. The driver pushes against it, and you are reminded of scenes where drivers are stuck in submerged cars. Soon they all exit through the passenger side door and walk around the Camaro, inspecting the damage. None of them is hurt, but the car is wrecked. Just bought this today. The driver. Oh, my screen was missing now. I cannot read it.
Can you see it now?
Probably I need to log in and enter the class again to fix this problem.
Okay. Sergio, can you finish up this paragraph really quickly?
Okay, this is about a car accident between a Camaro and another car. It's not related here, I think. And that another car, this guy was there who made this accident happen, and they realized that there's three younger teenagers actually in a car, and one of them said that I just bought this today, and yes, the car they are good in a good way. They are not injured, but the car is wrecked.
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly what happened. And then so where Ken left off, just what the editor says is 18, blonde, average in all ways. Today you ask, but good. That was. Do you have any questions here? Okay. And Ken, can you? How's it going?
Yes. Yes, it's fine. I changed the browser.
Perfect. Submerged. Can you repeat submerged?
Submerged. Submerged.
And exit.
Which word? Ah.
Exit.
Exit.
Exit. Yeah.
Exit.
Good. And then bought.
Bought.
Yeah, just bought this today.
Just bought this today.
Okay. Perfect. And Sergio, can you read this first paragraph?
Yep. You are a bad person, you think. You all think, what a dorky car for a teenager to buy in 2005. Yeah, today, he says. Then signs. You tell him that you are sorry, that you are so sorry, that it was your fault and that you cover all costs.
Nice. Okay. Maybe you also think, what a dorky car for a teenager to buy in 2005.
What a
Can you read
dorky
that?
car, yes. What a dorky car for a teenager to buy in 2005.
Yeah, okay. And good. Let's have Jabo. Can you read the next part?
Okay. You exchange insurance information and you find yourself minute by minute. Ever more thankful that none of these teenagers has punched you or even made the remark about you being drunk, which you are not, or being stupid, which you are often. You become more friendly with all of them, and you realize that you are much more friendly with why the screen is moving. Yeah, I cannot read. Okay.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Okay. You become more friendly with all of them, and you realize that you are much more connected to them. particularly to the driver, than possible in perhaps any other way.
Yeah. Okay. You did a really nice job. Really good individual word.
Thank you.
So, which you are not, or being stupid, which you are, often.
What? You want me to be again?
Yeah, so just this part, so the pauses in between the commas. So maybe start with about you being drunk, which you are not, or being stupid, which you are, often.
Yeah. You want me to do it again?
Yes, if you could.
Yeah. Oh, well, you made a remark about you being drunk, which you are not, or being stupid, which you are not, which you are often.
Yeah,
You are
which you are, often.
often.
Good. Um, and then, yeah, you did a really nice job. Um, then its last part, the impossible and perhaps any other way. Can you read that?
Okay. Then possibly in perhaps any other way.
Good. Okay. Giulietta, can you read the last part?
You have done him and his friends harm, in a way, and you jeopardized their health. And now you are so close, you feel like you share a heart. He knows your name and you know his, and you almost killed him, and because you got so close to doing so but didn't, you want to fall on him, weeping because you are so lonely always, and all contact is contact, and all contact makes us so grateful we want to cry and dance and cry and cry.
Nice.
Social thought.
Okay. Sorry?
Yeah. The social side of an accident.
Yeah. Um, but good, you did a really nice job. Good pronunciation of jeopardized. Um, nice job with your ED, and it sounded good. Does anybody have any questions on this page?
I have a question.
Mhm.
I don't know. Why is it contact singular?
Sorry, can you ask one more time?
Yes, when he says all contact is contact.
Yeah. All contact. Contact is kind of like an overarching thing. Yeah, it's like all love is. Does that make sense? It's like an overarching singularity to it. So contact is kind of like love. It's an idea. Yeah, if you said like all forms of contact, we are. But all contact is.
Singular. Okay.
Because you're talking about the forms of contact, the various forms, but this is just the idea, contact as an abstract. Hopefully that makes sense. And any other questions here? Okay. And then, Ken, can you read the last paragraph?
Okay. In a moment of clarity, you finally understand why boxers who want so badly to hurt each other can't resist their heads on the shoulders of their opponents, can lead against one another like tried lovers, so thankful for a moment of peace.
Nice. Okay. You did a good job. Some small things. You finally understand why boxers.
Why boxers?
Yeah. So maybe if you read it all together, so you finally understand why boxers who want so badly to hurt each other
We finally understand why boxers who want so badly to hurt each other.
Rest their heads.
Rest their heads.
Good. Tired lovers.
Tired lovers.
Nice. And then so thankful for a moment of peace.
So thankful for a moment of peace.
Good. Okay. Really nicely done. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And Ken, can you think of a question to ask Sergio about this story?
I couldn't get story fully, but anyway, partially. What happened in the story?
And Sergio, can you explain?
Yeah. Okay. A lonely guy. I think he decided to take a drive, and uh, and uh, uh, and if in the end, this ride and no this uh okay, a lonely guy decided to take a drive, and in the end of this, uh, when he was maybe back into home, he involved in a car accident.
Okay. He was involved in a car accident. Or he got involved in a car accident.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, we're not really sure if he was going back home or not, but yeah. And maybe instead of saying in the end of this, just in the end.
Yeah, in the end.
All right. Yeah. And so, Jabo, what happens after the accident? What happens after the accident, Jabo?
uh, the only guy so that the driver will be very angry, and he saw that the driver will be very angry to beat him, but actually not. And the only guy uh, sure want to friendly treated the driver, and he showed the insurance. Uh, he want to pay insurance for a driver for a car, and he suddenly realized that uh, okay, so realized although it is an accident, but if this accident can peacefully dealt, maybe we can meet another guy and make a friendship with someone. It's not what people think that accident is so bad, and just like distributed lovers, or uh, I'm sorry, just like a tired lover, although they are in a dispute, they are very tired, but when they can take a rest, they will know what the problem is, and they want to see the problem uh, in a calm way. And the memory is really blurred. Sorry, I cannot recall the something that.
Greta?
Mm. What role does violence play in this story?
Yeah, what do you think?
But I didn't see any violence in the story. I mean, he imagined that it could happen, I think.
So there's this idea of boxers,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also this idea right here. Yeah. Okay, so maybe no violence, you don't think? Close to violence. So like the idea or the threat of violence.
Yes. It in cases of boxer, at the end, opponents feel sort of sympathy for each other.
Okay, and then so going with the boxers, how are the boxers like the drivers in this story? So the metaphor of the boxers.
Because they could hurt each other. And because in the accident could be the start of a fight.
Okay, yeah, so the accident maybe could have been the start of a fight?
Could have been.
Yeah, and I think there's also maybe some violence in the fact of the accident itself. Just two cars coming together and hitting violently. There's a heaviness to it, kind of like boxing, maybe. It's like this forced contact. All right. Okay. Does anybody have anything else that they'd like to add? Something to think about the story, questions or comments or, ideas that come to mind? Does anybody have anything to add? All right, maybe Ken. Do you think it seems real? Does this sound like a real story, or does it have a note of falseness to it?
But actual violence, after the actual violence happened, maybe it is, in the boxing, it's a game. They became violent within a rule. But usually, if this kind of thing, maybe not this kind of thing, violent happened, and sometimes it causes fatal damage for the body or relationship. So it's not always true.
Okay. Yeah, so even in boxing, there's like a fatal damage to the body or relationship sometimes. Okay, so it's not always true.
Can it be?
Okay, go ahead.
No, I think because usually, no matter what happened, like in this case, like a car accident, there's always a way to fix this in a polite way. Like sometimes or usually, like I have pay for insurance just for helping out in situations like that. So I can say, okay, was my fault. But I have insurance. I wanna fix. I wanna pay for your damages. Even when there is no like a fatal accident or serious damage. I mean, in a car or even for people, like in this case.
Nice, nicely done. And do you think that? Yeah. So I think the idea here is too that any sort of human interaction, even a violent interaction, is like a chance to connect with other people. And so for this person, the accident with all its violence and kind of fear around it was an opportunity to connect, which is good. But yeah, really nice done, Sergio. I think that's a good explanation too. Amp, welcome to class. Amp, how's it going?
Hi, teacher. Sorry for being late. I'm doing well, thank you.
No worries. Okay, perfect. Good to hear.
Good to see
And so I think we're just about done with this. Does anybody have any last questions or comments or anything they'd like to add?
I think that. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know.
I think you're good.
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Yeah. So I was just asking if you have any last questions or comments or anything you'd like to add.
Okay. I thought that maybe he feels the peace he feels. It's because nothing happens, and that's for me that's the real part of everything. Because if something bad happens, you do not feel that peace.
Okay, so if that happened, you wouldn't feel peace. Okay. So, yeah, the peace he feels is kind of like the
relief,
lack of fulfillment from his expectations, the relief. Okay, yeah, good. And let's go here. Let's read through this vocabulary. Jabo, can you read through the words?
Yeah, vocabulary. Barbell, run amok, malice, extrinsic, intercept, stoic, acquaintance, relish, diminution, diminution. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Diminution.
Diminution.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, and can you repeat malice?
Malice.
Intrinsic.
Intrinsic.
And insensate.
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 Close. Insensate.
Insensate.
Okay, and any questions here? Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, I have. Barbell.
Okay. Does anybody know what a barbell is?
I think it's a kind of heavy tool to beef up our muscle for the exercise.
Yeah.
I don't know or something.
Tool to beef up muscles. Used for exercise. Yeah, so it's a thing that you lift, and it's just a weight. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
Run amok?
Run amok. Does anybody know what run amok means?
Get crazy, insane.
Yeah, maybe like go crazy.
Mhm.
So, like the kids were running amok. They were kind of going crazy. They were out of control. Any other questions?
Is it always capitalized?
No. Sorry.
Okay, I think.
And any other questions?
Relish.
Relish. Does anybody have any ideas about relish?
Is something like to taste?
So sort of. Relish is a type of food, but we're talking about to relish, which is more like to enjoy greatly. Yeah, any other questions?
Insensate means, how can it, cruel or something? Cruel?
Cruel.
No, cruel.
Yes, it could be cruel, so not feeling. So
Not
either physical or emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're talking about like somebody who's insensate to emotions, that would be more cruel. But if somebody who's insensate, they wouldn't be feeling something. So
Mm-hmm.
sense is like sensory input, either emotional or physical, and in it's like not prefix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. And all right, let's go and not do that again. Let's have Am. Can you read the title?
Types of pain, their duration and intentions.
Nice. There's a pain, their duration. And can you also read the first paragraph?
She is thinking about pain. In one day, she has suffered two kinds. At noon, she received news of a horrific sort of betrayal, and at 4:30, she dropped a barbell on her foot.
Yeah. Good. Ken, can you read the second paragraph?
Now she is lying on her couch with ice on her foot and with demons running amok in her head, spinning around, their tails poking her, their lives full of malice. She's waiting on her couch, trying not to get too excited.
Nice. Good job. So she's lying on her couch with ice on her foot.
Okay, she's lying on her couch with ice on her foot.
Yeah. She's lying on her couch with ice on her foot. Good. Nice job emphasizing those keywords. And let's have Sergio. Can you read the last paragraph?
Yep. She has always thought of herself as rational about pain. She knows that its duration is intrinsically limited, that it must end at some point. So with physical pain, she has always been stoic and rational, to the point that she has seemed to those who know her robotic, almost insensate. She has broken her limbs and sliced have fingers and has barely wings.
Sorry, can you repeat rational?
Rational.
Intrinsically.
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 Yeah. Ickly. Can you repeat ickly?
Intrinsically.
Yeah, intrinsically.
Intrinsically.
You're saying intrinsically. We want to remove that A. Intrinsically.
Intrinsically.
Good. Yeah. And so keep an eye down here too for that pronunciation. Seemed. Seemed.
Seemed.
Robotic.
Robotic.
Yeah, robotic. Okay, well done. Does anybody have any questions here?
I have a question. What does winced mean?
Winced.
Winced.
When you like cringe. So, hold on. That's a wince. Does that make sense? So if you like cut yourself, you wince because it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what it is. Any other questions? Okay, Jabo, what? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Their tails poking her?
Tails poking her. Yeah, I mean, demons generally have those sharp tails.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, these thoughts are compared to demons that are sharp tails that are, like, poking her, which hurts. Right? Does that make sense?
No, what does poking mean?
Poking. It's like pressing into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the worst thing ever. Yeah. So poking, it's just pressing into.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Okay. I wonder. Oh, yeah. So that finger is poking the frog. Jabo, what's happening here so far?
The story said that a girl is always worried about the pain. And one day she was not fortunate, and her foot, and she lying on couch with eyes, and it's just thinking about demons running amok in her head. It just means she was worried too much, and uh, she considered herself as a rational woman, but actually not. She thinks so much, and that kind of feeling.
Okay, so before she's rational about pain, so she can deal with it. She realizes what pain is, at least physical pain, and she knows that it will go away, so she tries not to let it affect her too much. But right now she's also got this emotional pain of betrayal. But good. And let's have Jabo, can you read this first paragraph?
Okay. She suffered a slip disc and the birth of twins, and in neither case did he cry or cry out. This is because she knows that every minute will bring a diminution of the pain. So she sees no point in participating too much in the process. She will be concerned only if the pain did not decrease on a more or less steadily downward path, but it has never diverged from this steadily downward path.
Nice. Participating.
Participating.
Good. And then, Julieta, can you read the next paragraph?
However, the mental pain is different. She has never remembered with any clarity the pain she suffered between her legs or in her limbs. The memory of physical pain is so fleeting. Thus, women who bear multiple children, but the pain of lies, the pain of insults, of betrays, abandons, and the like, these pains can come back to her years of decades later with incredible clarity, and they do. They lunge at her with no shame about being so old. They have a permanent and exaggerated sense of their own importance, and she is now lying on the couch, dispassionately nursing her foot, while her mind is flooding, panicking about this new betrayal, which came to her today on a postcard.
Good. Really nicely done. Abandonments.
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 And these pains can come back to her.
These pains.
Good. Decades.
Decades.
Flooding.
Flooding.
Good. Amp, can you read the next part?
It was so small. How could something so small, a beautiful picture of Bucharest on one side, and just the most violent scrolling on the other, the most reckless and slashing words. Only 22 words, but they ripped and shred her, and she knows that they will never leave her. Will they? This pain. She tries to map it, calculate its half-life. How long will these 22 words have power?
Good. Violent. We don't really pronounce that O, so it's just violent.
Violent.
Yeah, violent. Good. And then, just because we're just about out of time, can you try to read these last few paragraphs really quickly?
Okay, it was so. No. How much will she need to drink, and for how many days or weeks to sleep each night? She will watch so much TV, watched so much TV, see so many movies with her friends and acquaintances, and ex-boyfriends, and alone. She will ask every friend she has to join her for every lunch and dinner and drink. She will sleep with 4 new men, 3 of them friends, one of them her doorman, and still the demons will flick their trails and laugh their laughs, repeating the 22 words, hissing their consonants with great relish.
Sorry, guys. So frustrating. All right. Well, I can't even get that. So that's the end of the story, guys. If you want to copy it, I have to leave. I've got another class starting right now. Sorry about the break. Yeah, so the rest of the story is in the group chat, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.